Hi, welcome back to Mind Over Madness, where we analyze fictional villains on this season and fictional characters to kind of analyze their trauma or history that led them to the madness. Just to recap, last week we discussed a villain that had issues with trying to gain power. They grew up in a household where they only got conditional love if they did things, pretty much. And so they used all their childhood to create these inventions and things and use their knowledge to do these things. And then as they became an adult, they thought they had it all because they were super smart, was able to create things to make them the most powerful person in the world until this person came with natural superhuman strength and powers, and it overlooked this person. Therefore, they allowed obsession of jealousy, rage, envy onto this person, and that took them into madness. Now, the reveal of this person is Lex Luthor. And as all of you may know, the person that he just had to make sure that he defeated or was better than, but it's almost impossible because this person came with such natural powers, was Superman. Superman was born with the powers that Lex Luthor wanted and was inventing through his inventions. And so it's kind of hard to compete with that. But he just let that obsession kind of consume him. And so it made him look evil. I mean, he did do evil things. But yes, so we discussed, how the obsession of an emotion can really like take you to the next level. And that happened with Lex Luthor. So, congratulations to all my correct guessers who guessed Lex Luthor. Now we're going to move on to our new villain, this villain. So, clue number one. From a young age, I was taught that my worth was tied to my beauty. Power and admiration came not from who I was, but how I looked. When I say for my women out there, I feel like most of us struggle with this because for the most part in like social media, music industry, all of those, they do mainly focus on beauty. And so it's hard for us to not just make that the main focus on what our worth is, right? So this character, it seems like that's going to be their struggle. Clue number two. I wasn't always cruel. In fact, I was once kind, even loving. But life has a way of hardening you, especially when you realize kindness doesn't always win. When I tell y'all that hit me hard. Because like I can be the kindest, sweetest person. And sometimes I'm just so overwhelmed because I feel like no matter how kind I am, like I can never catch a break. Like I feel like I don't get that same kindness in return. So it just drains me. Like it's like my cup is full and I'm kind to everybody I pass and everybody I encounter. And then it depletes and depletes and depletes until I'm just drained. And it's like, oh my goodness, just takes so much out of you. Clue number three. I married into power, but even as a queen, I was never enough. People whispered behind my back, comparing me to someone younger, someone fairer. As we get older in age, unfortunately, we do kind of look at the younger women who's like, dang, I remember that was me. I do that, so you guys can admit that you do it too, but that's just something that just, I guess, comes with age. And it's like, why not allow these younger women to have their time? We had our time when we were that age. Let them have their time. But in this instance, apparently that wasn't enough for them. So, clue number four. Aging became my greatest fear. I watched as time chipped away at the beauty that once made me powerful, while another's youth only seemed to shine brighter. That reminds me of what was it? It was one of the villains we talked about. But in this one, like they were young, they had the beauty and the fame, and now they're getting older. It's just like if y'all notice in the rap industry, like you got these younger rappers coming now, and then you got the older rappers that already like conquered the game. Why not move out the way and let these younger rappers have their time to shine too? So this villain is struggling with that issue. They want to stay that most powerful person, most beautiful person for all of eternity. And it just doesn't work out that way. Why not become the role model or the mentor for that younger person? Clue number 5. The mirror never lies. Or does it? Every day I asked for validation, and every day I feared the answer would change. When it finally did, it was like a dagger to my heart. That gave you all a really good clue. I hope you guys are guessing after that one because, yeah. And in this one, like, bring that back to reality. Like, we look in the mirror every day, right? And sometimes we don't see what we want to see. Sometimes we see, like, oh my goodness, you may see, I don't have wrinkles, but you may see like wrinkles or just something. Like, I know for me, I used to have the clearest skin in the world. People like, how do you get your skin so clear? I'm like, I don't even know. And now it's just like, what's happening to me? It's just like small things. And it's like the fact that somebody else is saying it to me. It's me, my mind. My mind is going, making me mad on little things that other people don't even comment about. Clue number 6. I realized that if I wanted to remain the most admired, the most powerful, I had to eliminate the competition. If beauty was the currency of power, I would ensure I had no rivals. All of these villains are searching for something. Whether it's power, a lot of them needed strength. Like, they got something, but they don't have what they need. Or in this case, they're losing what they think they need. All right. Clue number 7. I turned to magic, potions, spells, anything that can help me regain control over my fading power. That's another big hint, y'all. Another big hint. Getting down to the final clues. Clue number 8. My jealousy consumed me. The thought of being replaced, of being forgotten, was unbearable. I would do whatever it took to maintain my throne, even if it meant something deadly. We just discussed about Lex Luthor being consumed by his obsession of Superman. Now, this person is admitting to being consumed by jealousy. Just imagine the rage that causes. This is leading into them becoming not that so loving person that they once said they were, right? Final clue, clue number 9. And so I hatched my plan, an enchanted gift, a poisoned bite, and a fate worse than death. I will be the fairies once more. If y'all did not get it from them last clues, come on. This one gives it away. Like, this one gives it away. So, they let that jealousy, that envy of this younger, more beautiful person consume them, and now they're turning to something that they was not before. Again, going down that same theory that their actions going based off they feel like they're not good enough anymore is taking them down that tunnel that's leading down a bad path. So some of their traits was narcissistic personality trait. Of course, they have the obsession with beauty. They want to be validated by everything on the outside, not even internal. Like, I feel like this person no longer even thinks for themselves. It's about what everybody else thinks of them, and they're taking that to heart. They also deal with aging, anxiety, and fear of replacement. As mentioned in the clues, they do not want to get older. They fear of going older because they feel like they're going to lose who they are. They're going to lose the power, the admiration that the others have of them at this moment. They have low self-worth, hidden by vanity. That is a constant need for reassurance. They constantly have to get that, oh, you're beautiful, you're powerful. Again, going to the validation from others or external things. And then they have manipulation and control issues. So they mentioned that they use power, they use spells, they use potions. all to delete this competition. So they need to control of keeping their power that they have. If that means killing the person that you think is going to overtake your power. So my question to you is, was she truly evil, or was she a product of the world that placed her worth in her appearance? Going back to reality when it comes to like the music industry, the acting, Hollywood, we'll say Hollywood. A lot of people look at these people as just beauties, like they don't know anything else about them, or they go just off their looks. So how do you think that person feels, or how do you think that results in their actions, their take, or how they feel when they look in the mirror? If they constantly seeing on social media or TV news, whatever, that beauty, 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 that's all it is. Of course, when they look in the mirror, that's all they're going to think about too. So that's going to be their main focus in life, is I have to remain beautiful. And then once they see somebody that, oh, they're beautiful, they might, beat me, then that's when this rage and this jealousy and this envy comes in at. And then it may lead them down that path of darkness to try to overcome that competition doing whatever. So I want you to think about that. And again, I want you to compare that to reality, because these villains, their situations, their trauma, their history are all reality based things. They all happen in real life. Little do you know. If you look around and see, I'm sure you can see, I almost said, you can see a Lex Luthor, you can see a Loki, you can see a Scar, you can see a Joker. They're everywhere. One of them might even be you. So just think about that. So again, make sure you subscribe, like, comment what your guess is, comment what you think about the show so far. Um, yes, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell so you know the next time that I post another video, so you can see if your guess was right. We will be talking about our next guest next week, along with revealing who this special person is. And of course, again, make sure you master your mind before your madness will. I'll see you next week.